This is the upcoming new game from Naughty Dog, the developer behind such games as the Uncharted series or The Last of Us. The latter there you might know even if you're not a gamer because it had a hit TV show on HBO last year, with Season 2 in development set to release this year. This is their new game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Now it looks cool and all, but this is just an announcement trailer, so there's no gameplay footage, and it doesn't really tell us much about the game at all, other than it's in space, probably utilizes some sword-based combat, as you can see here, and if it's anything like the developer's other entries into the medium, it's going to be very story-driven. It all seems fine, right? Nothing so far to outrage you or make you angry or upset at anything, right? That's because you're a rational human being. But unlike you rational human beings, the never-ending flood of Gamergate 2.0 irrational human beings are flooding the trailer with negative comments and dislikes on YouTube. So much so that the developer Naughty Dog had to actually disable comments on the video. But why? What's there to not like? There's zero gameplay. It's literally just the announcement. There's literally nothing to take from it to have an opinion about it at all. Except for one thing. The lead character. A strong female lead with a shaved head. For some reason, the weak men of the internet have taken issue with that, calling the character design too ugly, too masculine, or unplayable. Pure DEI design, and even going so far as to call it woke. Why? Because it's a female? Because it's a black character? The issue with all of that, aside from the obvious, is that this isn't even a designed character. It wasn't created in some left-wing liberal think tank. It's literally an actor they hired for the role. Tati Gabrielle, an absolutely beautiful woman who is an incredible actor. She's been in the latest adaptation of Mortal Kombat as Jade and completely owned her role in the Netflix series You. Like, this is a real person. So you've got these angry gamers who are now super triggered by a strong black female lead in the video game they were probably never going to play in the first place. While that is weird, but I'm sure that rarely ever happens anyway. Oh, what's that? It does happen. All the time, you say. Even this week. The same time as this one. Yes, because the same day Intergalactic was announced, so was the first trailer for the upcoming sequel to the Witcher series, The Witcher 4. In this trailer, we see the Witcher character, which is a title a person holds in the series. In the first 3 games, the Witcher is Geralt of Rivia, a notably strong male lead whose games were all hits and universally loved by gamers. In this installment, however, they've changed the Witcher character to a female. Oh my heavens! Why would they do such a thing? What possible reason could they have to do this? Well, I'm going to tell you. The Witcher series is based on a series of books written by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski. I think that's how you pronounce that. I could be way off. Now, if you read the first few books in the series, you would think that The Witcher is about Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter for hire, whom you play as in the first 3 games. However, the books actually tell a much more wider story arc, the story of Geralt and how he meets Ciri, a young princess in need of help who turns out to have powers due to her elder blood. The series is more about their relationship as he adopts her as his own and she trains to become a Witcher herself. So for the games to make this leap of having her become the main character in the next game isn't exactly a major leap in logic. Also in the 3rd game DLC, it essentially ends with Geralt retiring as he becomes the new leader of the Witchers, all while training Ciri at the same time. Essentially bringing a conclusion to this long and arduous storied arc from all 3 games, a fitting end for the beloved character. So why would we play as him again and drag him out of retirement? Not only would that shit all over the nice tied-up bow ending we just worked so hard for him to have, but the entire series has been leading up for Ciri to take over the reins anyway. So why the fuck are weak beta boy incel gamers so up in arms about it? They see a role that would in the past have normally been a straight white male protagonist, and now it's gone to someone else. Someone who isn't them. These so-called gamers attribute this to developers trying to be more diverse and inclusive, which for some reason is a bad thing. But the fact of the matter is, while gaming was definitely a more male-dominated medium back in the day when I was growing up, nowadays that's not the case. Everyone plays games, even our boomer parents. They've got games on their phone. Sure, it might be Candy Crush, but a game is a game. And with a much bigger, more diverse fan base, those fans should be able to see themselves represented in video games too. And up to this point, they've had to play as straight white guys, from Mario and Luigi to fucking Gears of War to Geralt the Witcher. So why can't they have some too? Why is it so upsetting for guys? Because when you've been the focus and the majority for years, the moment you start to experience equality, it looks like oppression. Like you're a toddler being asked to share your toys with your new baby sister. And up to that point, all your toys were yours. And sharing is for woke soy boy cucks, I guess? I don't know. This is the same sickness that's affecting all other forms of portrayed media as well. The same guys bitching about ugly female video game characters are the same sweaty nerds bitching about black mermaids, black samurais, and race-swapped Scooby-Doo characters. Like, who gives a fuck? Now, what's the harm? Let the loud, whiny nerds be loud and whiny. Who cares? It doesn't change anything. Well, yes and no. For the ones that keep it isolated to bitching about it on Reddit and 4chan, sure, whatever, scream till you're blue in the face about it. However, there's a fraction of these idiots that take it so far as to actually bully the actors and developers so much as to give them death threats to them and their families. But can you imagine being so butthurt over a video game that you threatened to kill the actors who played the characters in it? The only game that's ever made me the most furious I've ever been in a video game is Mario Kart. But you don't see me messaging Charles Martinet on Twitter to let him know I'm going to blow up his house, because I'm a rational human being. Look, I get it, okay? Everybody likes an escape, and for a lot of guys, video games is their escape. I get it. But just because other people want to experience that too doesn't mean we should be acting like they're taking it from us. We should be encouraging more representation in games and media, not screaming about it like spoiled fucking youngsters. But for a lot of gamers, that's just what it is. Spoiled fucking youngsters that just can't seem to grow up. And for some reason, that's Taddy Gabrielle's fault.